Nathan, are you done work? Hello? Reply to me.
I'm still working. What is it?
Huh?
We had some trouble at the office. I'm gonna have to work late tonight. If things don't go well, I'll have to spend the night here.
That's terrible. Did you do something?
It wasn't me. I can't tell you the details because I can't talk about it with people outside of the office. But it's my job to help fix the issue.
Help fix the issue? You can't even do your job properly on a regular day. I can't believe they even pay you in the first place. If there's a problem, there's no way you could help fix it. Stop lying to me.
I'm not lying.
It doesn't matter. Someone as useless as you isn't going to help. You'll just get in the way. So why don't you just come home now?
I can't go home just because you want me to.
And on your way home, pick up some pasta from the restaurant we like. Make sure to get a chocolate cake too.
A cake? Are we celebrating something today?
Starting today, Allison is going to be living with us again.
Huh? Allison?
She got divorced today.
What? This is the first I've heard.
Well, that doesn't matter. I let her marry that guy because he made good money, and this is what happened. I guess things weren't going well and he wasn't happy with Allison, so he divorced her.
You're kidding.
She's really upset right now, so I want to make her feel better by having her favorite dinner.
Oh, I see. But I can't leave work. You'll have to order takeaway. Just get them to deliver it. That restaurant has slices of cake for dessert. It's not an entire cake, but it should do.
No! If I did that, I'd have to pay for it. I'm not doing that.
Well, then just order from the Italian restaurant by the mall. My friend runs that place. They deliver to our area.
Huh?
Just tell him I'll pay him back later. It won't be an issue. I'll even send him a text to let him know.
Oh, okay. I guess that'll be okay.
Okay, I can't talk anymore. I gotta get back to work.
Well, you're as rude as usual. I guess I shouldn't expect any less from you. I can't rely on you for anything other than money. You won't even keep talking to your own mother? I don't know where we went wrong with you. You could learn a thing or two from Allison. Maybe while she's here, she can teach you some manners.
We all know she's good at everything. That's why she's you and Dad's favorite.
That's right. All you've ever done is just play around on your computer all day. Not useful at all. You're nothing like your sister.
Yeah. We all know I'm the stupid son who has no other use to you than being your ATM. Bye.
Good morning, Nathan. Thanks for the pasta last night and the cake. Tell your friend it was great. I guess things must have been pretty bad at work because I see you didn't come home last night. Is everything okay?
Oh, hi, Allison. Yep, we've got everything solved now. I got a few hours of sleep here. They're making us work this morning, but they're letting us go home on lunch.
Oh, well, that's nice of them, I guess.
Wait, shouldn't I be the one asking you if everything is okay? What happened? Why did you get divorced?
Oh,
I had no idea you were even having problems. I was shocked when I heard you got divorced.
Well, there was a huge problem with my mother-in-law. It's a long story.
So, what about Seth then? Was everything okay with him?
Yeah, actually, his mother was the main problem. Things were actually going pretty well with Seth and I, so don't worry about it.
Really? Then...
It's a long story. I'll tell you all about it when you get home and I can speak to you directly.
I see. It sounds complicated.
Unless...
Huh?
Never mind. I've got something I really need to talk to you about. Alone.
What is it?
It's quite serious. And it will likely involve you from here on out, too.
Me? From here on out?
Are you saying you have no idea what I mean? Remember what we talked about way back when we were in junior high school? Well, I'm seriously considering it.
Oh, that.
Let me get some things together and we'll talk about this outside of the house.
In that case, how about grabbing lunch together?
That sounds great. I'll head over to your office around lunch. There's a place nearby we can go, right?
The places around here will be busy, but if we go to my friend's restaurant, he can get us a private booth at the back.
Okay. What I've got planned is quite complicated, but if you can help me out, I'll be really grateful. Oh, that reminds me. Is it okay if Seth comes too?
Sure, I'll tell my friend to make sure there's room for 3.
Okay, thanks. Oh, and make sure you don't tell Mom or Dad about this.
Gotcha.
Nathan, listen to this. I knew Allison loved her parents. She's the best daughter ever. She's completely different than you. You moved out 2 months ago and haven't changed a bit.
What do you mean? And anyway, you told me to get out. You wanted my room for Allison. I didn't leave so much as you kicked me out. You and Dad both.
I think Allison is planning on buying a house for your father and I.
Huh?
I went into her room and saw a brochure for a high-rise condo. She told me she's not working right now, so I think she got a ton of money from Seth and the divorce. I think she's gonna use it to buy your father and I a condo.
You went into her room without her permission?
Oh, it's no big deal. I'm her mother.
She's not a kid anymore. Give her some privacy.
That's not the point. I can't believe how great she turned out and that she'd do this for me. Oh, she turned out exactly the way we wanted her to. We raised her so well.
Yeah, and you kicked me out of the house. You charged me $2,000 a month for rent while I was living with you. And even after you kicked me out, you still expected me to continue paying you $2,000 a month.
Well, of course. Oh, the only thing you can ever do for us is give us money. That's the only thing you're good at. Besides, you need to pay us back for raising you all those years.
I thought that's what I was doing when I was staying with you and paying that much.
Well, with you it doesn't matter whether you're here or not. You still have to pay us back.
Whatever. Anyway, finding a brochure in her room for a condo doesn't mean she's buying one. And it certainly doesn't mean she's buying one for you. Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions?
Oh, of course not. I know for a fact.
Oh, really? Did she say that? Do you have proof?
I don't need any. And Allison doesn't have to tell me I'm her mother. I just know. I raised her properly. That's how she's going to show how grateful she is, by buying us a condo.
I see. So is that all you messaged me for?
Yeah, just to tell you. Well, I'm going to be living like a celebrity soon in my high-rise condo. And you can keep living in your rat-infested little apartment. I know it's going to be hard for you to accept, but don't be jealous of me. And don't even think about moving in with us like a parasite. If you even ask, I'll disown you.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Hey, Allison?
What's up?
Mom went into your room and found that condo brochure you had. Is that okay?
I assumed she'd go in there without my permission.
Oh, you figured she would.
Well, yeah, you know how she's been ever since we were kids with her excessive meddling. I knew I wouldn't have any privacy in her house.
So, it was like that for you too?
I knew she'd do it, that's why I left the brochure out.
Huh? Really?
I figured instead of trying to hide everything from her, I'd let her see some false information instead. I figured that would keep her from asking questions. That brochure isn't for the condo we're looking at.
Oh, I get it. Cool.
All the information connected to what we're doing is over at your place, so there won't be a problem. Everything is going as planned, don't worry.
Gotcha, I understand. But if you ever have a problem, let me know. You can count on me.
Okay, thanks.
Good night.
Okay, good night. Nathan, answer your phone! It's an emergency!
What?
Allison is gone!
Huh?
And this was the day we were supposed to move to.
Move?
I told you before, Allison was buying that condo for us. We're moving there.
What? You're still talking about that?
What do you mean that?
Has Allison said anything to you about buying a condo for you or you moving?
What do you mean? We're moving today. We've already hired a company and got everything packed.
So, what's your new address? Where are you moving to?
Allison said she wouldn't tell us the address, so I didn't press the subject.
And you didn't think anything was strange about that?
No, not really. I'd already seen the condo brochure in her room. I assumed she wanted it to be a surprise, so I thought it would be wrong to pry into it any further. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. She probably assumed if she gave us the address, we'd go look at it before she had a chance to show us herself. But anyway, where the heck is Allison?
She's having breakfast with me right now.
What?
She moved into my building. She's on the lower floor.
Huh? A lower floor?
Yeah, it's a different place than the one in the brochure you saw, though.
What are you talking about? We're moving into a high-rise condo. We're not moving into your rat-infested apartment building.
I have a question. I've never given you the address to my current place, so why do you assume it's a cheap rat-infested apartment?
Huh? Well, that's pretty obvious. You're paying us $2,000 a month, right? And you still have to eat and pay for gas. You can't possibly have much left over to afford anything more than a cardboard box to live in.
Oh, really? So you thought I was that poor, yet you still charged me $2,000 a month after kicking me out?
I've said it 1,000 times. You're useless. You have no brains. The only thing you do all day is play around on your stupid computer. Even if you were living on the street, I'd make you pay us back for all the time we wasted raising you.
Well, I guess it's about time. Our plan is pretty much completed.
Your plan? What are you talking about?
When I was in college, I started an internet business.
Huh?
What you thought was a lazy, good-for-nothing's toy was my greatest weapon, my computer.
What the heck are you talking about?
I'm talking about making money. When I left your house and started living on my own, I was making more than enough money to afford the condo suite on the top floor of this building.
You're making that much?
Yeah, so paying you $2,000 a month wasn't an issue at all.
Oh, you're lying, right?
I don't care if you believe me or not. As for Allison, she moved out in the middle of the night last night. We paid extra to get the movers to work at night. She didn't have a lot to move anyway, just the stuff in her room.
She moved out at night while your dad and I were here?
If you're saying you didn't notice, that means the company must be really good, just like they said. I knew you and Dad were heavy sleepers, so I didn't think there would be an issue, but... Oh, and you know how Seth and Allison got divorced? Well, they got remarried.
What?
As you know, Seth's mother was being really mean to Allison, and after talking to Seth, he said his mother was just the same as you, always meddling in things that didn't concern her. She treated Seth just as bad as you treated me, and she treated Allison even worse than that. They both wanted to get away from it all, so they told everyone they got divorced. While they were away from each other and nobody was suspecting a thing, they put their plan into action. They let me in on their plan as well. So, Mom, Dad, Allison and I, starting today, are cutting all ties with you. Seth is cutting all ties to his parents too.
Huh? What?
As a parting gift, I've deposited $10,000 into your bank account. Do whatever you want with it.
Hold on a minute. If this whole thing was a trick and the condo isn't for us, we have no place to live.
Huh?
We thought we didn't need this house anymore, so we've already sold it.
What? Allison never said she was buying you a condo.
And the money we got from the sale, well, we put it all towards our debts, so it's pretty much gone.
What? You had debts?
I've got it. How about your father and I live with you in your condo suite? If you do that for us, we'll call it even for all the time and money we spent raising you, okay?
I've already told you, didn't I? I'm cutting all ties with you.
But, well then at least pay us the $2,000 a month like you've been doing.
Dad's still working, and women your age can work too. If you get a job and do something about your wasteful spending habits, you two should be just fine on your own.
Wait!
Allison and I are going to be living here, helping each other out. I know we'll be just fine without you. Goodbye. First, with that $10,000 I gave my parents, they moved into a really cheap, most likely rat-infested little apartment. They put the rest of the money towards their debt, but I heard it barely put a dent in it. Then, Dad retired. Well, not exactly, he was let go. I heard he screwed up pretty bad at work. Because of that, he never got his retirement package or any severance from his company. This put a huge strain on their daily lives and future plans. This caused nothing but fighting between my parents, and they decided to split up. I heard they each returned to live with their parents. Unfortunately for them, my grandparents on both sides knew my parents' situation quite well, and neither of them welcomed their child with open arms. In fact, neither would take them into their house at all. In the end, my parents ended up both returning to their tiny apartment together. Now, when they're not home yelling at each other, they're out working part-time jobs every day. Even with that, I hear they still haven't managed to put a dent in their debt. If they don't stop wasting money like they have been for so long, that debt will never get paid off.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.